Most men chase because they believe attraction is something you win. Stoic men don't chase because they understand attraction is something you become. In every generation, there are a few men who walk into a room and shift the entire atmosphere without saying a word. They don't posture, they don't perform, they don't scramble for attention, yet somehow people notice them instantly. Why? Because their presence is built on internal stability, the kind of stability only a Stoic mindset can create. Meanwhile, the men who chase lose. They chase validation, they chase affection, they chase approval, and in that chase, they become smaller, weaker, and less attractive with every step. Because the moment you chase, you declare to the world, my value depends on you. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who abandons himself for attention. Stoic men don't make that mistake. They don't chase, not out of arrogance, not out of coldness, but out of principle, a principle built on 7 psychological pillars that make them unbothered, grounded, and naturally magnetic. Number 1, Stoic men never chase because they don't need what they want. Most men confuse desire with dependency. They want her attention, but they need it to feel worthy. They want connection, but they depend on it to feel complete. The Stoic flips the script. He wants, but he doesn't rely. He desires, but he never depends. He can admire her beauty without abandoning his center. The reason is simple. Stoics understand that needing something makes you a slave to it. Epictetus warned, you become what you give your power to. Stoic men give their power to their mind, to their mission, to their standards, never to external approval. That's why they attract. Women don't chase the loudest man. They chase the most anchored one, the man who wants them but doesn't crumble without them. And here's the paradox. When you don't need anything, you become the one everything gravitates toward.
2. Stoic men attract because they never perform, they embody. Most men today perform like actors in their own lives, bragging to seem important, flexing to seem wealthy, talking loudly to seem confident, competing with other men to seem dominant. But the Stoic, he doesn't perform, he embodies. His confidence is quiet, his strength is internal, his identity does not wobble based on who walks into the room. He lives his values consistently, not for approval, not for applause, not for attention. Marcus Aurelius wrote, quote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one," unquote. The Stoic doesn't chase because he doesn't need to prove anything. And that's magnetic, because the man who seeks validation repels it. The man who doesn't seek it receives it naturally. 3. Stoic men don't chase because their attention is too valuable to waste. A Stoic man understands something most modern men never learn. Your attention is currency. Your attention builds identity. Your attention creates attraction. Look at most men today. Their attention is scattered everywhere, scrolling thirst traps, obsessing over replies, waiting for notifications, checking when she was last online. And their power slips away quietly. Stoic men guard their attention like a fortress. Marcus Aurelius said, quote, "You become what you give your attention to," unquote. So what do Stoic men focus on? Their work, their mission, their discipline, their character, their growth. And because their attention is rare, their presence becomes valuable. Scarcity creates desire, but focus creates gravity. A Stoic man doesn't chase because he's too busy becoming someone worth chasing. And that is the foundation of attraction. Not lines, not tricks, not gains. Purpose. A man who has something to build stops wasting time trying to be chosen. He chooses himself. And people feel that.
4. Stoic men don't chase because they're masters of emotional control. Most men today are emotional grenades. They explode when rejected, collapse when ignored, or panic when uncertain. Their emotions drive them and drive people away. But emotional control is the Stoic's greatest weapon.
This isn't repression, it's mastery. The Stoic man feels everything, but is owned by nothing. He doesn't chase because he refuses to be pulled by emotional impulses or dragged by temporary desire. When someone tests him, he stays steady. When someone disrespects him, he stays composed. When someone pulls away, he stays unmoved. To the Stoic, emotional control is not about being cold, it's about being clear. And clarity is magnetic. People are drawn to the person who can remain calm when everyone else is spiraling, because calmness signals stability. Stability signals safety. Safety signals power. A man who can regulate himself becomes a man others want to be around, not because he chases them, but because he grounds them. 5. Stoic men don't chase because they speak with intention, not insecurity. Communication is where most men lose respect. They overshare, they overexplain, they talk too fast, they talk too much, they try to impress. And the more they talk, the weaker they appear. But the Stoic man moves differently. He speaks less but means more. He chooses words like he chooses battles, carefully. His tone is slow. His sentences are deliberate. His words carry weight. Because his speech comes from confidence, not desperation. He doesn't seek agreement. He doesn't seek validation. He doesn't fill silence with noise. He lets silence work for him. And in a world where everyone talks to be heard, the man who talks only with intention stands out automatically. Stoic men don't chase because their communication already displays value. When they speak, people listen, not because they command it, but because they embody it.
6. Stoic men don't chase because they can walk away. This is the pillar modern men fear the most, and where Stoic men shine the brightest. The ability to walk away is the purest form of power, not out of ego, not out of pride, not out of manipulation, but out of principle. Stoic men don't cling to potential. They don't chase uncertainty. They don't fantasize about what could be. They see reality clearly. If something insults their standards, they leave. If someone plays games, they leave. If someone disrespects them, they leave. If someone is unsure about them, they let them be unsure alone. Stoic men practice what Marcus Aurelius lived. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. If it is not aligned, do not stay. Walking away isn't loss, it's alignment. And here's the irony. The man who can walk away is the man others want to keep, because he values himself enough to never negotiate his worth. 7. Stoic men don't chase because they prioritize their mission above desire. This is the final, most powerful pillar, the reason Stoic men attract effortlessly. They have something bigger than attraction, bigger than approval, bigger than desire. They have a mission. While other men chase distractions, Stoic men chase purpose. They focus on their craft, their discipline, their improvement. They pour energy into building a life worth living. And purpose transforms a man's aura. It sharpens his confidence. It strengthens his posture. It deepens his presence. It changes the way he speaks, moves, and decides. Most importantly, purpose prevents him from chasing what is temporary because he's too busy building what is eternal. The Stoic man becomes attractive because he is becoming something. A protector, a builder, a leader, a grounded force. And a man on his path activates something ancient in others. Admiration, respect, desire. People don't chase him because he tries. People chase him because he's rare. When you combine all 7 pillars, the inner stability and the outer behavior, you get a man who becomes magnetic without effort. 1. He doesn't need what he desires. 2. He embodies confidence instead of performing for it. 3. He guards his attention like treasure. 4. He controls his emotions with discipline. 5. He speaks with intention, not insecurity. 6. He can walk away without fear. 7. He lives for a mission bigger than himself. This is why Stoic men never chase, because they don't have to. Their presence attracts. Their standards attract. Their discipline attracts. Their mission attracts. Chasing is what men do when they have nothing else to offer. Stoic men build themselves until attraction becomes a side effect. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time trying to be something, become it."